Clear efficiency, helping you get clear on the efficiency of your home. Okay, Nick, I'm up in the attic space right now, just taking a quick look around, seeing what it is that you have and seeing how it is that we might best be able to help you out here. So first and foremost, what we're looking at is the type of insulation that you have here on your attic floor. This particular stuff is the rolled out version of batting. Not a bad type of insulation. Really, the only issue with batting is that it's only as good as its weakest point, and the weak point with batting is that it is a perfect rectangle. Building construction is not perfect, so inevitably, as they get pushed up once together with one another, there can be gaps that are left behind, similar to this or similar to stuff like this in all these other areas. Okay, now that's not a reason to pull it out. You can just blow in over the top, and the newer type of insulation is a loose fill, and it'll just fill in all the cracks and crevices left behind. Okay, so pretty simple on that. Okay, now we know the name of the game right now is HVAC. Okay, and that's what you're really wanting us to focus on right now, but I just wanted you to know what was happening in the attic space, because what's happening up here directly affects the performance and the comfort level of your home, especially the second story. Okay, so right now, bring it to my second point, is your level. So right now you guys are coming in right around a 4-inch, 5-inch mark. Just to put that in perspective, 4-inch, 5-inch is going to equate to about an R11. Okay, bare minimum code right now, Nick, is R38. So 13.25 inches. That's right here. Okay, and then the very most insulation that you put in the home for the maximum effective insulation is 20 inches at R60. Anything above this is what we call diminishing returns, which means we can literally double up and give you 40 inches. It won't provide you any more value than it will right here at this 20. But at the very least, we certainly want to get you to code. So pretty simple on that. Okay, now insulation is done in increments. So the smallest increment is 19, the next is 30, 38, so on and so forth. Where you're at right now with the R11, if you're trying to get to code, what we would do is come in and blow the increment of R30 over the top of the existing R11. 30 plus 11 is 41, and that'll land you about a hair above code. Okay, now pretty simple on that. Now, I mentioned to you downstairs that SMUD does have rebates. They have rebates for the HVAC, and they also have rebates for the attic work. Okay, now those rebates are only contingent on making sure that you do all the specifications that they ask for. So I'll talk to you about the HVAC, but I also want to break down what the rebate is for the attic. So it's a 3 variable rebate. There's 3 things that you got to hit, but when you hit all 3 of those things, they give you $3,000 to assist you with your attic project. So pretty simple. Okay, if you don't do one of those things, then you don't get any piece of the rebate. Okay, you can still just do a very basic and it will still benefit you in comfort, but the rebate won't kick in. So let me explain. So the first part is installation. Okay, 2 caveats to it. They won't allow you to use your existing installation if you have fecal matter or urine stains, or if there's multiple types, and for you that's a 0 on both. So there isn't signs of rodents. Okay, there is dust, but dust is not what they mean when they say that you can't have debris on the insulation. Okay, so the dust is not an issue, and you also, there's only one type, so we can easily use this as a starting point and then just blow in over the top in order to get to code. Okay, so like I mentioned, that would be the increment of R30 over the top of what you got here. So pretty simple on that. Okay, second variable out of the 3 is air seal. Okay, and so I'll quickly explain. If this is your home, hot air rises, so as you pay for heat, heat stacks up on the ceiling and it looks for avenues to escape into the attic space. Okay, now those obviously, which that does not benefit you. So what SMUD wants you to do is come around to all those avenues where it is escaping and seal it up with the expandable spray foam, which is going to do 2 things. One, it's going to stop your unit from running as much as it has been, because now you're not wasting stuff into the attic. But for 2, during the summertime, when this area becomes hot and pressurized, it's not forcing the dust that's up here back down through the same holes that the heat was previously leaving out of. Okay, and so those areas are going to look like, take you to one quick area here, that'll be anywhere where you have can lights, any wiring, any plumbing, anywhere where ductwork meets the attic floor like this. So this is a boot. They're going to want all this sealed up here. When it's open like this, dust has the ability to get back down through, and it manifests itself through dust coming out of the edge of the vent from down below. Okay, so pretty simple on that. Okay, and last but not least is the ductwork. So the tubing that's traveling your air, okay? SMUD recognizes this as being an important part of it. They want you to have a good tube that plays good offense and plays good defense. By that, they want you to have a good tube that's going to keep the majority of your heat on the inside of the duct, especially on a long distance run. They don't want to have dissipation where you lose the heat, so now you've got to run the furnace more, right? And at the same time, vice versa, during the summertime, they want you to have a good duct that's going to play good defense and keep that 100-degree temperature heat from the attic space out of the duct, right, while you're trying to pay for cold air through the duct, right? So they want a good duct that plays good offense and defense, okay? Now, I said all that to say this. They'll grandfather in that rebate if you have R6 duct. If you have anything underneath that R6, they'd want you to replace it, whatever you can access, with the newest version, which is R8, okay? So pretty simple on that. Now, your current ducts are original to the home, and their R value equivalent would be an R1, okay? So they do not meet energy efficient standards at all. So in order for you to qualify for the rebate, we would have to replace them, okay? Now, as I see it in your attic space, again, I know the HVAC is number one, but in the attic, I see 3 options right now. Option number 1, we don't go for the rebate. We don't even do the seal. And all we're going to do is just blow R30 over the top of what you have and call it a day. That will certainly allow you to be more comfortable, especially on your second floor, okay? It won't address the bills a whole lot, but you will be more comfortable, okay? Option number 2 is you do a seal and blow, okay? Seal up all the gaps on the attic floor, then blow in that R30 over the top of what you got. Again, this will allow you to be much more comfortable, and it will start to address the bills more so, okay? But it would not activate the rebate because we haven't changed out these ducts. And then the third option that I'll give you, option number 3, is going to be a seal and blow with the rebate, okay? And what they're going to do is seal up all the gaps, and before they blow in the R30, change out all these ducts here that are accessible, okay, to the R8, and then blow in that R30, and then that would activate SMUD's $3,000 rebate, okay? But that's pretty much it, Nick. That's everything that I'm looking at. Just a few options to consider in my professional opinion, sooner rather than later. Thank you. Same thing up here, just 5 extra ducts. Pretty simple.